P.S. Did you know y'all can record this yourself? You don't have to, like, I will share the recording, but I have learned that I have to give you permission, but you can record if you ever want to. I would have to figure out how to do that, but anyway, I just learned that. But we have a recording, so here we go. I am so excited, first of all, to see y'all's faces. Like, makes my heart happy. That's why we've been giggling and laughing for the first 5 minutes. Because this is the next best thing to being all in person, and that's not going to happen for a while. So it is so good to see you guys, and I'm so thankful that you want to be here, that you have a hunger just to kind of continue to grow and just expand what you're doing. So I take it seriously, and I've spent a lot of time tonight just praying, like, God, help me to tell you what you need. And so also, I want to invite you guys. Every one of you on this call have been in conversations with me prior to this about how we're doing things and how you want to relate to people. So I want you to feel free to add to the conversation. I'm not thinking I'm the only one who has anything to say of value here. I have a passion about it and I'm learning, but I know y'all are too. So please, like, throw in your thoughts, share your stories, all of that as we go. I wanted to open though and really hear from you guys. If you would share, number one, what made you want to be a part of our little PACE Center? Honestly, whatever it is, what made you want to be a part? Maybe, what you're hoping for or whatever. And then, well, let's do that first. I think it'll be easier. So anybody want to share, like, why are you here? What did you want to gain from our time?
Well, I'll start if nobody else wants to. I want forward momentum. So going to seminar and last spring going to career conference, I just really know that that's what I want and that's what I need in my business. But I've been so far removed from holding appointments, and things have changed so much that it's like really scary and daunting for me to think about going in and holding like a spa party or anything like that. So that's why I'm here, and just to continue with the forward momentum that I have right now. So
Cool. Awesome.
And I'm right there with Heidi. Since having my daughter back in April, I've been out of the loop, and I started a brand new job. So now I feel like I'm finally getting settled in, and I'm ready to start growing my business again. I did definitely lose momentum. I think I still kept, quite a few customers are still ordering. I haven't held any appointments. I've had a color experience, a couple of those, but just wanting to get ramped back up and get it started again.
Love it. So glad.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat too. I just have gone through so many life changes, Jess knows. Just in the last 4 months, probably. I got pregnant, and so that was a really big change. My husband and I are expecting our first child. I left a very toxic job and work environment and have started a new job for my parents' company, working from home. But with that has come an adjustment to a new schedule, and in all the months prior to me leaving my job, everything besides that job just took a back burner. So I've really lost that momentum and that motivation in my business, and I just want to get it back.
Oh, Jess, for me, it's, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't been on one of these in a while. I just enjoy your concept and just the way that you do your business. I don't, because it's totally different from where I'm at. And so I really enjoy that. It helps me to move forward, to not feel like I have to push to do certain things a certain way. And starting a new era of my life in that my youngest is leaving home, so I'm going to be empty nest, and that scares me half to death because I've had kids all my life, and but it's going to also open up, opportunities for me.
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Cool. Gen C, you're last.
What was the question?
You were hoping I'd be like, can you please say, just why are you here? What made you want to be a part of this?
I feel like I'm hosting my business and have been kind of struggling with how to get out of like an old mindset. And you've already done the work to like to figure out how to do this in the new mindset, and I think I've just been waiting for you to do
this. So you don't want to recreate the wheel. Is that what you're saying?
For once, right. Yeah, I think I did that so many times in my business, and then I realized people have the resources and they've done it, and they've done it better than, like, why struggle and stress when you could just take a system that somebody already has created and has already worked the process through and be yourself in it.
Yeah. I have had to learn that too, although I still have some of that in me. The other question I would love for you guys to answer is, when it comes to holding appointments, because that's really the focus of these 4 weeks, is it's in the home with someone. What are maybe, and be honest here, I'll tell mine first, okay? What are maybe fears that you battle at times, or just insecurities, anything. And if you don't have anything big, please do not put it upon yourself. Go, be confident. But if you do ever have, or as you guys, a lot of you are saying, I want more momentum, I would like to keep going. What are the things that scare you or make you uncomfortable or nervous? So I'll just share a couple of the things that I've been working on with my coach and mentors over the last year, year and a half, I guess. No, it's been about a year. Things that kind of stopped me back when I took my hiatus, and then that I had to kind of work through to face and move forward, was I just felt anxiety about every appointment. 9 years in, I would get so nervous going into those appointments because I'm like, is it going to go well? Are they going to like me? Is this going to be beneficial? And I really literally had to try to put all that stuff away going into appointments. And that's why I ended up taking time off. I was so tired of feeling so dang anxious about appointments, and just feeling like I had to put on this persona to say the right things, to do the things to get the result. Okay. So that has been a lot of my head stuff that I've had to work on and finding freedom in. So what about y'all though? I don't want to assume that you're all the same. You may be like, what the heck does that mean, Jess? I struggle with this. So
I think for me, Jess, it's got to be time management because of doing my husband's business and taking care of Nathan's stuff, and actually have 2 to 3 friends right now that have cancer, so I find myself just running the roads a lot.
Yes. Okay. So
I'm just not a good, once I get that much stuff going on, I just feel like I don't have time to get stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of sabotage it myself because I'm just too busy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's my fault. It's because I guess planning,
Mm-hmm. So you would say there's not a whole lot going on as far as avoidance or making yourself busy because you're kind of scared to. It honestly is that you are just prioritizing all the other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I think with me, Jess, it's a kind of a combination of both of you because I got so much going on, as you know, taking care of my dad and, you know, whatnot. So making my business a priority, yes, but also, as you say, the anxiety about the actual appointment. Am I going to say the right things? Am I going to do the right things? Am I saying all the, you know, everything I'm supposed to be saying is, you know, are they going to like me, you know, and all that. So it's kind of like a whole big whirlwind, as we've talked before.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I hear you.
So.
For me, I don't necessarily have anxiety getting to the party and going through the party. I have a lot of fun with that. And the girls that I'm with, they have a lot of fun as well. For me, it's when we get to the end and I start doing the one-on-ones, because I have just had so many sessions back to back where it was just little to no sales. So for me, I start to get that mindset of I'm going to walk in here and I'm not going to make anything.
Mm.
And that for me is when it starts to get rough because I am having fun, but like I need money. So for me, it's hard to not have that mindset. And then it makes me not want to do the parties because I'm not making money. So obviously there's something that I need to change in what I'm doing. But for me, it's trying to figure out what that is. And that's where I start to get anxiety is towards the end of it.
Okay. For sure. For sure. Jen or Jen?
I'll go. So mine's also time. With 3 little ones and hubby and I both working full-time jobs and opposite schedules, it's just trying to find the time to schedule and wanting to be available for other ladies' schedules and not necessarily having the right times open. And then also just being out of it for several months. I do have anxiety about starting it back. All the things that everybody's mentioned. Are they going to like me? Are they going to like the products? Am I going to come across too pushy? I know my heart going into it. I do want to serve women. I also do want to grow my business, but I do want to help them find something they like and that they love and that helps them. If I have a party where the ladies are real standoffish, I feel like they don't even really want me there. And then it really just, it's tough going through the rest of the night. So just getting past that and approaching it with confidence and love and grace and just getting started back.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, I know, I won't make you say it. So for me, I feel a lot of what everyone's saying. For me, it's not getting sucked in by like the results thinking and being driven by that. Because I don't necessarily, when I'm in the party, when I'm in that moment, I don't necessarily think about it. It's like when I get to the one-on-one, like Emily was saying, that whole portion, and then there's parts of, there's just stuff that I just skip on purpose because I don't want to be like pushy about certain things. So that's kind of my fear, is being bold enough to do the full appointment, not put assumptions on them. And then the other, like the huge fear I actually have about building momentum in my business is because I feel like I'm the only one that is like, I have too much free time. I have a lot going on, but my job is very flexible. And so I could literally fill Mary Kay into all of the spots. And my personality is to be a workaholic. And whether that's like with my normal job or with Mary Kay, So I've seen that side of me where I just like fill all of the time and leave all of the time open for Mary Kay. And that's my fear, is to do that again, because I have a husband that I want to focus on. I do have another job that I want to do well. I do have friends that I want to, socialize with. So I want to block out those times, but I tend to prioritize Mary Kay above those things that I shouldn't. I get my priorities out of whack. So that's probably my biggest fear. And then as far as the actual appointment, it's just like skipping things and putting assumptions and being results driven, especially in that one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you guys for sharing so openly and just kind of, here's my struggle. It's really helpful. And I want to make sure that these are the things that we help with, and work on together. So that's good. That's really good. So for tonight, I wanted to start a little bit with the head and the heart stuff, but I also want to do some practical, try to balance that. And I'm just going to read to you guys, from this book. It's called Today I Begin a New Life. And it's around intentional creation and mental stuff. And so I've been working on it with my coach, but one of the things that I said to him when I started was, I don't like feeling like I have an agenda for people. I don't like feeling like my appointments are a way to get what I want or what I need. I really want to just serve women, but I also need results. Like you said, Emily, this is paying my bills. So it needs to be successful. And this entire book is written about all the things that we've been talking about for the past couple of years, adding value and serving, but they teach you like exactly what to do both, and actually the things that really create both. But I wanted to read this like 3-page thing. It's called Walls of Resistance. I think everyone has acknowledged that there are times where you feel walls from the people that you're working with, whether at the beginning or maybe at the end, or you can kind of anticipate, okay, are they going to meet me where I am? Are they going to be like, meh, how's this going to go? And I think it can give you guys, it can give you, as it did me, just like I'm not weird. My fears or my moments of feeling uncomfortable, particularly in the end of an appointment, is not necessarily a sign that you're being afraid. It could be a sign that your intuition is correct and what you're thinking you're supposed to do is not honoring to that person, honestly. So let me read it to you. When we make the shift from focusing on self to focusing on others, we become increasingly aware of an invisible but very real barrier to connection, a person's wall of resistance. Everyone has one. Everyone. Connection cannot occur until that wall comes down. Dr. Hartman provides practical and valuable insights on the topics of walls. He reported that in non-adversarial relationships, specifically in stress-free environments, people not only have walls, but they're holding back on average 40% of their cooperation and productivity. If that's true in non-adversarial roles like family and friends, imagine how much more cooperation and productivity is held back by everyone else. So in the past, when we would encounter a wall, that invisible wall of resistance, what would we do? If you think back to one of those moments when you were excited about something that you wanted to tell someone, anyone, everyone, remember, maybe it was a new direction for your life. Maybe it was a business opportunity. Maybe it was a religious or political position. Remember how you wanted to enroll everyone in your vision. In your exuberance, maybe even blinded by or driven by a sense of urgency. Did you ever throw up all over someone's wall? Blah, 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 blah. If so, what happened? Did our projection of words splash back in the form of rejection? How did it taste? Awful? Yep, that's what vomit tastes like. Gross. Did we take it personally? Did we get our feelings hurt? Did we feel frustrated, disappointed? Have we ever wanted to shout, but it's so easy to see. Anyone can understand this. Won't you open your eyes? As it turns out, it's nothing personal at all. It's just a wall. Most of us have thrown up on someone's wall, and we might add with little success. This is the most common reaction we can have when we feel that wall. Talking, using lots of words. Another and much more deadly reaction you can have to someone's walls is being tempted to engage in strategic conversations where you're acting or pretending to talk about something, but you're kind of looking for the right moment to insert your real agenda. For most, this approach to connection can be uncomfortable because it's kind of an attempt to connect with someone under a false pretense. It violates the sacred space between two people, and it can damage or destroy trust and friendships. Let's see, when people with highly developed empathy and intuition, 90% of the people who seek success, when they're instructed or they're trained to engage in strategic conversations, it's common to feel very uncomfortable. Your radar knows when you're violating a person's space and you acutely feel the other person's discomfort. Until now, this intuitive feeling of discomfort is mistaken for fear, something you need to overcome and just take on. Good people can be convinced against their better judgment to do this strategic conversations, but only if the possibility for and the promise of wealth and income and success outweighs their discomfort, and only when they're persuaded to believe that the source of their discomfort with this is fear. Wait a minute, says the man here. Are you trying to tell me the icky feeling I get when I'm doing strategic conversations is my intuition whispering, not fear screaming? For the most part, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Let's see. Neither the expectation of massive amounts of money or Herculean efforts to anesthetize our intuition can sustain engagement in this destructive approach to connection. When empathic people step back, take a break, and become conscious, they immediately experience an enormous sense of relief. This wild emotional swing from feeling uncomfortable, trying to anesthetize those feelings with the hope of making money, with a belief that fear is the cause of these feelings, and then reawakening to our intuition and a sense of relief after we stop doing that, it can damage trust and create mistrust with the people who promote this approach to connection. One person said, I felt icky, the kind of icky that doesn't wash off in the shower, and I don't want to live with that no matter how big the potential financial reward may be. Let's see. If we can't take a person's wall of resistance down by verbally vomiting, by being in strategic conversation, or by wielding a sledgehammer over them, what can we do? It's time to shift the focus from self to others. It's time to learn how to engage in conversations that are real, genuine, and authentic. And we do that through agape love, which is empathy and intuition. So I'm going to stop there for now. Hopefully that kind of all made sense coming together, but the whole point that he was saying there is just, if we feel a little icky about what we're trying to get done, or that close comes and we feel like we have to be extremely uncomfortable in what we say and how we handle something, not that anyone has ever taught you to be rude or horribly aggressive, but I know for me, the close was scary because I felt like I had to become someone I wasn't, say things that didn't feel true to me, and treat people in a way that was more forceful than I felt was right. Does that make sense? Do any of y'all relate with that?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, hold on just a second. I have to upgrade the account because I'm talking too long here. Okay, I think it worked. Hopefully it worked. Hold hold on. I'm so sorry. There we go. We good? Okay. So it won't shut us down. So I read that because I just want to affirm to you guys that as you hold your appointments, following what feels right for how to treat someone is a really good thing. And I want to encourage you guys to lean into trusting what feels right and not thinking I'm just a wimp. That's what I would think. I'm just scared. I'm just intimidated. I'm just trying to like finagle, you know. I think as we go, I'm going to share with you some of the things that my coach suggested that we do to be effective. And it's not that you don't ever share specials, but at the background of it, I want you guys to feel free to be you and to be relaxed and really just serve that woman in the moment. The other thing, one of you guys mentioned, I forget who it was, but I do this. We mentally try to think through what those people are thinking and anticipate what their objections might be. They might think this, they might think that, they might not want this, they might have had a bad experience with that. And we go into an appointment and we're like, okay, I'm not going to be pushy. I'm not going to be this. I'm not going to be that. I'm going to read that. Oh, they seemed a little standoffish. So I know I have done that many times in the name of connecting. And if I could give you guys a phrase to think about in those appointments, it would be, your job is just to show up for them, to go in the door and show up for those women and just be who you are. You don't have to put on any persona of what a good Mary Kay person looks like or what you think they want you to be. And this is part of my Enneagram, but I'm very quick to go, okay, I think they want me to be like this. And I just kind of morph myself, but that's not authentic. You know, that's not true. And that's a lot of mental gymnastics. So, as we start walking through this, start talking through, as you serve women, I want you to give yourself the freedom to show up for those people. So just be the real Emily, the real Heidi, the real Tony, the real Jennifer. And you don't have to prove anything. You don't have to prove you're not pushy, and you don't have to prove that you are a guru of makeup. Just being who you are. And I saw it said this way the other day, speaking your truth. Just speak your truth. You don't have to be ashamed of what you're passionate about or what you love. And when you just speak the truth and you are who you are and you show up for that person, it really takes away any of that feeling of pushiness or agenda drivenness, because you're just you. And your posture then is, how can I serve her here? How can I serve her? What does she need? And that's where we'll read. I'll read a little more from week to week, but we're having that agape love of empathy for people, putting ourselves in their shoes, and then intuition of just being like, God, what do they need? What do they want? And I know it's kind of fluffy, but this is where real impact and real success is built. It's not cut and dry, formulaic, plus equals this. And many of y'all who've been around a while, we did that back in the day. Do this, do this, do this, you will get this. If you're not getting this, it's because you didn't do enough of this, or this, or because you're bad people skills. Like, that was all we had for you. And it felt really easy. this is a little bit more complicated to formula for you, but I hope that that thought of, I'm going to show up for them today can give you some freedom, that it might look different. And you might feel God say, go this direction, ask her this, and just really free yourself up to do that. The more that you are just you, and that you genuinely are sitting in that moment going, what does she need right now? What's going to serve her? Or asking, what do you really need today? What would be just a blessing for you in our time? Why are you here? However, it is true to you. That's really where I wanted to start this whole conversation. And I know many of y'all are on that path. You've been walking that. This isn't like never heard this before, but I just want to encourage you to lean into that. You all love people. You all love our products. You all genuinely want to bless and serve people. That's really, truly your heart. And so the more you can not worry about how someone decides to receive that and just truly show up as you, the stronger and the more fun it's going to be. Any comments, questions on that?
I think, Jess, one of the things I had to do for myself was to take out the whole stress of thinking that I'm being pushy or selling, that we're providing a service for them and we're helping them. And the more that you listen and ask questions to what they need and they want, then you more so connect with them instead of talking too much.
Yep. So true. Rather than like trying to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, you're just going, what do you need?
Yeah.
So good. I love that. Any other comments, things y'all have learned in this process? You don't have to have anything, but I just wanted to pause. Okay. So something a little more practical. Some of y'all may have worked on this a little here or there. I don't know. I'll give you a chance to share if you have, if you fully locked this in. But one of the ways that I think it's easier to show up as who you are and to share your truth as you first begin connecting with women and then be able to completely shift your attention to them is to simply have a statement that expresses your unique work that you do. So y'all have heard me say a million times, but I partner with women to simplify this thing called beauty so they can feel great about how they look. And I just love being a woman's beauty BFF. So every appointment, that's the first thing that like the second thing, when I say, hey, let me tell you a little about myself, I give a slight bit of background from my middle school years of feeling ugly with horrible skin. And then I just say, y'all, what I really love is partnering with women, meeting you where you are, to help just simplify this whole beauty thing so you can just feel great about how you look, know what you need. I'm kind of like a beauty BFF. And that has just become my way of expressing my passion and expressing why I really do Mary Kay. For me, that is truly why I do the work of Mary Kay, the daily in and out stuff. And I really would love for you guys to put that into words over this week before we come back, and then we'll share them next week, next Monday night. Doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be anything, but what's truly in your heart. Like, let's say that you genuinely just could pick, and you can. This is actually real. Like, why am I doing Mary Kay? Like, if you knew it was going to be successful, if you didn't have to worry about this, that, the other, if you had momentum, blah, blah, and you were just doing your business, and it was like you had appointments assigned to you, and you just kind of serve people. Why? And Jen Cardenas, we talked about this. You voxed me about this last week, just having an aha moment about who are you when you show up and serve people. And that's going to be wrapped up in that. And so it's not just mumbo jumbo. It's a way that you can know, who am I? What does it mean for me to show up for people? Being unashamed in that. I told Jen when we were talking, I was like, I know good and well, I am no diva. I am never going to be the YouTube makeup star. Like, that's not me. And I don't even want to try or learn that. I don't care. But I'm an everyday girl, and I love helping everyday girls. And I'm not embarrassed of that. And I'm not trying to put on that I am a makeup YouTube artist. You know, I moved past that. There are women in Mary Kay who look like that, and they're incredible and awesome and beautiful. Good job for them. Okay. So I really want to impress upon you, if you're going to open your appointment helping women understand what you're truly there to do. What are you truly there to do? You don't have to impress anyone, and you don't have to, give accolades. Like, no, what do you do? What do your clients have in you? Questions or comments on that? Does anybody already have their answer?
I would partially, Jess, just because you know me and I am truly authentic with my customers. I have an 80-year-old customer right now, and she is fixing to be moved into a assisted living. But she called me the other day and she goes, and this is what it's all about. She called, she said, you're my best friend. You're really my only friend. You're the only person that's ever really cared. And even when she's not buying anything, I go check on her. I go help her. I mean, I've continued that. And but for me, that's what it's about. I mean, great if I have her as a customer, but if something happens where I don't, I'm still, I help her. She trusts me and knows that I'm going to be there for her.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. That is you wrapped up in a bow. You are so gifted. So it's just putting that into words that you can speak at the start of each appointment. And that's one way that walls will come down, you guys. Just today, I was in a really nice neighborhood in my town with 3 women I'd never met. Well, I'd met the one just at a vendor event, and they're well off, classy ladies, and I just was able to look at them and say, y'all, this is what I love. This is what I do. And you kind of see their eyes go, huh? And they just, all right, okay, we'll meet you there. And it was just a really neat time where in the past I would have felt, okay, I have to set this up in this way, and I've got to make sure they know they're going to have a follow-up appointment and that this and this. And instead, it's like I let it all down and go, y'all, I'm here to serve you, and you are most important, and let's have a good time. No, you don't have to do anything today. And then the rest of the time, hopefully I'm building that bridge and trust, and they do want something at the end because I told them they didn't have to. But I do. I seriously, no joke. That is the homework for this week, y'all. Take some time, think through it. It doesn't mean it won't change. I've messed with mine, but I would just kind of get to the core. Like, okay, for you, what is it? What is it that your Mary Kay business allows you to be for women? And put that into an encapsulated form where like a 4th grader could understand it. And it's not so generic that, like, there was a time where I said something and you wouldn't really know if I was talking about makeup or skincare. It was like, is she talking about weight loss? Is she talking about jewelry? Like, what's she talking about? So that would be my one thing. And feel free to send it to me. We'll work off of it. It might be good before you share it with the whole group next week. Send it to me. We'll talk it out. But it just, all that matters is that it's from your heart, and it's who you are and who you want to show up as when you do show up for these people. So any questions, comments, thoughts? I didn't want to go further than 45 minutes for y'all tonight.
It's good information.
I hope so. Has it been helpful? Just good thoughts, good reminders?
Yes.
Okay, so next week we'll share those value statements, and then I'm going to talk about what I've been saying at the beginning of my appointments to kind of begin just respecting people, but kind of helping set things up well so that we can just be free and be real and not finagle our words and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into some nitty gritty next week. But first, I want to know who you're going to show up as. Who is you when you come to serve people? Sound good?
Sounds good. Are you, quick question, are you going to eventually, or maybe tonight, I don't know, post that book that you're reading from?
Or tonight, I don't know. I love that.
Or if you don't want to spoil it and you want to, it's fine.
No. I will totally post it. Totally.
I wrote it down and I was like, I don't think I wrote the title correctly. So
yes, absolutely. I will do that. It is quite a shifting, y'all, when it gets into goal setting and the mistakes and why our goal setting stuff doesn't work and our visualization doesn't work. It's like, whoa. So I wish I could go through the whole entire book with y'all, but it's probably better if you just read it. But let's just say that I have felt like I'm not insane or lazy or crazy. I was doing it wrong. I was trying to visualize this crap and not visualize the right stuff. And so it's all about joy in the journey. It's literally about how can you not be doing mundane work at the means to an end to get that thing that you really want. It's how do you live passion-driven every day with a focus on service. Hello. It's amazing. So I will post it. I'll share and I'll get the link. It has to download into MP3 and then I'll put it on YouTube and I'll send you guys the link. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Yes.
Thank you all for being here. I hope you'll join me next week live. There's something so powerful about getting to engage. If you have questions, if you have suggestions or requests, send them my way. I want to tailor this for y'all. That's my prayer. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.